How long has it been since you have done a 3-yard quilt? Well, darling, that's been too long. Well, today we got a great selection that we've just rounded up for you, so come on down to the ranch with us and we're going to show you some great 3-yard quilts.
Hi, it's Donna Robertson
And John Nosal.
and we're here to show you some great country quilts. And we're going to have our special guest star. He's been with us almost every single video that we've done. It's just that he's usually on the other side of the camera.
And not wearing a hat.
And not wearing a hat. And he's not wearing a bow tie either.
That's true.
A lot of y'all know John. Okay, John, why don't you tell us about the different quilts? And you might want to take that hat off because I bet it's blocking the light from your gorgeous blue eyes. And by the way, this is my son, so I can flirt, right? Okay,
let's get started today. And our first quilt up is Tic Tac. See, like mother, like son. So Tic Tac's great because we have 2 focus fabrics in it, along with the great sashing around that. And this is a great one for being able to have those 2 focus fabrics in there. And in this situation, we've got this great little tossed snowman in there, and we do have a directional little Christmas tree in that one. So let's look at the fabric that we've got up here. So let's put that up there, Hannah, on the table, and let's look at that. So our first kit is Honky Tonk. And as you can see, we've got just great different music-related words on here. So we've got a little bit country and bluegrass and cowboy heart and all kinds of great things with saddles and guitars and hats.
That's
and all of
guitar.
That. A guitar.
Yeah.
And so this is a great fabric as our focus fabric. And then our number 2 fabric is going to be a lighter version of this with a light background, which is going to work really great in the Tic Tac pattern. And then our number 3 fabric is going to be that nice blue that's going to work well where we've got the red in this pattern. This also works out nice as we have some of that brown background as our border out here to give us a really nice interest on that.
I like having prints in the borders.
It's a very nice one. So here's the details on this kit. It's 8021376. It's entitled Honky Tonk, and it is using the pattern Tic Tac from the book Easy Peasy, or we've got that in an individual pattern also. And that's that one.
Okay, it's my turn.
Your turn.
So now we're going to look at the second quilt, and that one is called County Fair. And County Fair is one that I did for one of our latest books, and I really like this one because it has 3 different blocks in it, so there's lots of movement going on. And these are great colors in themselves, but let's look at it with some country. All right, how about a little boot scooting? And you probably noticed I'm wearing my boots today. I thought it'd give me a good chance to wear my boots with purpose. Okay, we've got boot scooting going on here. This is our focus fabric. It is the number 1 fabric in our pattern. It's going to go in this large block. It will also go in this smaller block over here. Now, your number 2 and 3 fabric, you compare the leftovers after you got your focus fabric, and you put your light and the number 2. That's going to go here. And your number 3 is the brown, and it's going to go here. And in case you haven't noticed, look at these great paisleys in here. So those are super. And you know, a lot of times on your boots, they'll have paisleys up in the top of the boots. So that's pretty cool. All right, this one is called Boot Scootin' 8021377. County Fair is your pattern. It's only available in Easy Does It. But we always offer an alternative pattern, and that's Sweet Times. Now, just as a little reminder, whenever you are purchasing one single kit, you get one single pattern free with that kit. Or you can skip this little single pattern, buy 3 kits, and get one of our books free. And we'll be showing you those books at the end.
That's really a great deal on that. So let's look at our next one. Our next one is called Tic Tac. Not Tic Tac, Checkmate. And this is a great one if you've got a large print on your fabric, simply because we've got a large width of fabric strip in that. That's one continuous strip of fabric there that works great. And then a really great little 4-patch here. So this is a great one if you've got like a kid's print, or in the situation today, we've got a very large print. So let's put that on the table and look at this next kit that we have, entitled Painted Horses. And this is really a neat one because you've got these great horses up here, and you know, if I was making this quilt up, I wouldn't actually want to cut these horses up. So in our Checkmate pattern, we've got that with the fabric happening. So we're going to be able to get a really nice strip of those horses in here. Our number 2 fabric is this gorgeous little painted rainbow design on this. And that's going to look great in that 4-patch. And then to complement that, we've got this nice rich dark green to go in there.
I love the way that these colors, look how this blue teal, and then we've got the dark green, and then the dark green. I just think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous quilt, and anybody that likes horses would appreciate having that.
Yeah, and this is a great matcher for that. It almost kind of looks like the colors of a saddle blanket.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
And so our numbers on this one is 8021378, Painted Horses, and that is the Checkmate pattern from the books Quilts for Kids, and that's one of our downloadable books. And then we also have it as that individual pattern Checkmate.
Okay, the next one that we're going to share with you is called Town Square, and this one, I always like this one because it has a block that looks like it's just floating on these other colors. So you have your focus fabric right here, and it's surrounded by your fabrics 2 and 3. So let's put this up here and change it from Get Along Home Doggy, or what's that? I'm really not a very good country person.
Get along, little doggy.
Okay, but what we have here is Dry Gulch Ranch. Now this is great. This is so cool because it has just about everything you could identify with a ranch, and you've got your boots, your guitars, your hats, your saddles, your spurs, your what are these? Is that
bridle.
Spurs? Oh, that's a bridle. Here's a skull. I know that one. And of course, what would a ranch be without a nice beat up truck? I know.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we have a not exactly a ranch, but we do live out in the country, and believe you me, Bob has his nice beat-up truck that he uses around there. Okay, so that's your focus. It's going to go in the big square. Then you're going to have 2 fabrics remaining. Your number 2 fabric is going to go in the light spot, and your number 3 is going to go in the dark spot. And doesn't this look just like a dry gulch? Like, man, it's going to have water rushing through it whenever it's rainy season, and then it's going to dry up like that. I've actually seen that. And this one is called 8021379, Dry Gulch Ranch. Town Square is the pattern, and Easy Peasy is the book that pattern is in. So remember, you can take individual patterns if you buy 1 kit, and you can take a book free whenever you buy 3 kits.
And that was such a fun kit. So our next one up is called Porch Rails. This is another great one. It's also is going to be great for doing almost that fence rail that you've got in here, and then we've got a nice individual block to have that nice focus fabric in it. And this is going to be a fun one as we put it up here on the table, because we've got some pieces and parts. We almost need a little theme song for that when we say pieces and parts.
I know, but I think they like pieces. I think they like pieces and parts. If you like pieces and parts, why don't you comment below and tell us how you like that?
Definitely.
Now we're going to be using the Porch Rails pattern, and we're going to be showing you how to do the strip piecing to create one of the blocks. And then John is going to place them on the quilt and show you how this goes.
No pressure there.
No pressure whatsoever.
So our first item that we've got is...
He knows how to quilt.
I do. So this is a great fabric. Our number 1 fabric is this great little cowboy hat, and it's a nice tossed pattern, so you're not going to have to worry about getting everything oriented correctly. And so we'll drop a couple of those down there real quick. And then we get up to our rails. These are really great. So if you're not familiar with our patterns, we do a strip method for all of our designs, to where you literally cut out a strip of the brown that's with the fabric, a strip of this yellow plaid that's with the fabric, and another strip. You sew those together, and then you're going to cut out your individual units like we see here. So we've literally just cut this right off of the end here so that we get our individual units for this. And so then we'll be able to come in here and place those in our design and come up with this really gorgeous Porch Rails design on this. Should we crop that out?
I think you should. There you go.
So we're going to use our little croppers that we've got made up here. These are great for just giving us an idea of getting the green and the purples out of the way and being able to see what this is going to look like. I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Would truly make a great little ranch house addition for the couch or even that easy chair next to the fireplace.
And you know what I like about this? I do like stripes and plaids. I tell them all the time, and I'm always saying, fear not the stripes. Well, let me say, fear not the plaid either, especially if you're making porch rails, because as you can see, you do not have to match up any of those plaids. Isn't that cool? All right, so you want to tell them about the fabric? And
so this is a great one.
Away. Whoa.
It's a little more crowded up here with both of us. So as you've seen, we've got this great cowboy hats. It is a tossed, so it's not going to be directional, so it's going to work out really well in just about any one of our patterns that we have. And then our number 2 is that gorgeous yellow plaid. And then our number 3 is this great little brown, almost a little checkerboard with the little extra designs in it. And the 3 of these are our Giddy Up kit with the number of 8021380, and the pattern is called Porch Rails. It is available in the Pretty Darn Quick book, and we also have that as our individual pattern for Porch Rails.
You know, one of the things when I had the book open is I wanted to remind you that 2 kits will make a twin and 4 kits will make a king queen. 1 kit makes a lap size, and I do get the question often, what sizes make? And it's about a 45 by 60. Let's see, Porch Rails is 45.5 by 60.5. Some of our quilts might vary slightly, but that's the basic size of all of the quilts that we're showing you as a lap quilt. The twin and the king queen will vary according to the way the fabric is utilized. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is It's a Snap. It's a Snap is a fun one. It has the cascading squares, and this is actually made with 4 different blocks, and then whenever you make your rows, it just goes together so that it looks like you've done something really hard, but it's pretty simple when you just arrange the 4 different blocks. So this one's called It's a Snap, and do we have some gorgeous fabric that will make up in this. You should see all of us around here. We were all just like, oh, I love this kit. But it is very, it has a peaceful, subtle look to it, but it is just gorgeous. These pretty brick reds with the gold undertones, it is great. Focus fabric is number 1. That's going to go in this square. And then you've got your 2 remaining. Light goes as your background, and that's going to be nice contrast to the other blocks. And it also has enough of a subtle pattern that's going to lend interest to that background as well. Your number 3 fabric is your blue, and that's going to go here. This quilt really depends on contrast to show off the design elements. Love, love, love this one. It is called Pure Country. 8021381. It's a Snap is the pattern, and you can either take the individual pattern or you can skip the pattern, and you might take the Pretty Darn Quick book because it has that pattern in it.
So the next one we've got coming up is really exciting. It's going to be using our garden path. And this is a really fun one because what farm or country home doesn't have chickens? And so we had these funky chickens on this design, so we don't have this fabric exactly, but we've got one that's just as much fun, and it's definitely colorful. It's great because we've got this nice big block in there and some nice variety with the smaller blocks in that other area. So let's put that up on the table and take a look at that.
you know, not only do most ranches and farms have chickens, but they have become so popular that in the suburbia, people have chickens all the time. If their homeowners association will allow them to have them, then they will have chickens too. And you know, there's nothing quite like fresh farm raised chickens. And
Definitely not.
mine are going to start laying again any minute now. We do have chickens, and I tell you what, we'd like for them to lay, but right now they're taking care of their new babies. We have 3 hens, and they all have babies.
That's awesome. So let's look at this chicken fabric that we got here. I think this is a very colorful chicken design that's on this one. And again, this is a great little toss design that's on here, so you're not going to have to worry about getting them in any orientation with the quilt design that you're doing. So this main fabric here is going to go in our big block that we've got on the garden path pattern. And then we have our second one, really a cute one with the little yellow hearts on it and little dash lines. And then our number 3 fabric is another great one with the really colorful flowers and some paisleys thrown in there that tie in and match
I just
really
love
nicely.
to do that. I just think that is so awesome.
All those colors match nicely with the reds and the rooster and all of this.
I love it.
Really a fun fabric that we have in that one. And this one is called Chicken Roundup. And its number is 8021382. And we were using the Garden Path, which is one of the patterns from Fast and Fun. Or we recommend using Heartland as an alternate pattern for this one. So that's another wonderful little chicken fabric that we have for you.
And I have to say, you don't have to live in the country to love chicken quilts. They just look good in the kitchen. Now, you should always raise those kids right. So we've got a great quilt for the little kiddos. I don't have this fabric, but wait till you see this cute fabric that we have. This one is called Topsy-Turvy. It's a little bit smaller quilt. You know, I've been saying 45 by 60 is your basic size, but this one is more of a baby or child size quilt. So it'd be great for a young'un that you want to introduce them to those fun country colors. This one is called Paisley Two-Step, and it has the 2 different paisleys that in different colors, and this is going to be absolutely adorable. Let's put it over here a little closer so I can show you. The red paisley is your number 1. It's going to go here and here. Every place you see those daisies are going to be paisleys. And then in the background, the light yellow is going to be these cool polka dots that are picking up all the colors from the different paisleys. And then the number 3, which is going to go where that aqua is going to be a great fabric number 3 to really set off. Just imagine you're going to have the red paisley here and little touches of the blue there. This is going to be adorable, perfect pattern for a young'un, and it is 8021383 Paisley Two-Step. Topsy-Turvy is the pattern. It's only available in the Quilts for Kids, and Quilts for Kids is a download-only book. We will send you a code if you choose that book. And you know, we've been showing you all of these, and if country's not your gig, then you need to remember that you can buy the books for $15.99, and they have 8 patterns, and every pattern is written for 3 sizes in our printed version. So,
We're up to our last chance for the show.
I'm having too much fun for it to end.
Well, we'll just have to do another one.
Okay, yep. Let us know if you want to see more country in the future.
So this is a wonderful one. We already had 1 horse fabric in there. This is one of our last chances. We have just 2 of these left. And so it's got all these great stallions and all of these almost wild horses. I kind of imagine it reading a Zane Grey book or something like that while we're looking at this. You know, so in the wintertime, if you are sitting there reading a Zane Grey book, this would be a great quilt to cuddle up with.
That's true.
So we got our horses in that, and then we've got this great little vine design in our number 2 fabric, and then our number 3 fabric almost looks a little bit like a leather, almost like the tooling that you would see on a saddle or something like that. So these 3 together are going to be a great 3-yard quilt. And the name of this one is Running Free, number 2. And we recommend doing the Sew Quick pattern, which is a great one for using those horses on, because you have a nice 10-inch block on that. And it's from the Quilt Favorites book. And again, we only have 2 of those left.
Well, I think we failed to do something because they're probably wondering, how the heck are you over here with me?
Yeah.
And the camera's still recording us and it's moving along with us.
It is.
Because we forgot to tell them that our newest employee, Donna Holmes, we like that name Donna, so. But Donna Holmes is running the camera today, and we thank her for doing that. She's done a great job. And I just really wanted John to be a part of this. We had a lot of fun when we were putting the quilts together, and he said a couple of things, and I said, you have got to be a part of this. Now,
Always
let's show
fun.
them the quilt books.
The quilt books.
7 books that are in print, 3 more books that are download only. And something, if you've just fallen in love with our books, you can buy them individually, or we also have a special on our website so you can get all 7 printed books for one price and free shipping. So you might check that out too. It's the first thing you'll see when you go to the book tab.
Definitely.
So we are so glad you joined us. We had a lot of fun, and we hope that you'll subscribe and click the little bell so that you can get notification every time we post a new video. So it's Donna Robertson.
And John Nosal.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, y'all.